Around the beginning of COVID, it had been talked about. The first case in Seattle was mentioned, but we did not think anything of it. I realized it was going to get bad when we tried to isolate COVID possible patients to one area, and they were just coming in through the door left and right. So you have your waiting rooms filling with patients, ambulances lining up against the walls with patients, and basically us trying to figure out where to put them, who needs a room the most. Some days I felt like I was going to war, whether that was from exhaustion or just feeling burnt out. I had multiple patients ask me not to let them die, and it was really hard for us as well as patients not having any visitors in the hospital, because imagine being alone in a room, you don't know what's going to happen to you, and you don't have anyone on your support team to be there for you or to advocate for you. So it felt important to me to try to be an advocate for them the best way they could, or try to, ask if they can FaceTime family or something so that they would know that they're not completely alone. And so it felt exhausting trying to balance all of that and try to protect ourselves as well. And most masks are one-time use only. And then I remember when I was told, all right, here's your mask. You can wear it for the rest of your shift. That turned into a week, which turned into 2 weeks, and that they were not to be replaced until way longer than a one-time use, which in my mind made me think, is this still actually protecting me if a one-time use mask is something I'm wearing for a week? Probably the first moment I realized I had contracted COVID is when I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell. I ended up giving it to my husband, and thankfully we both are fine, but he had it a lot worse than I did. He had a fever that wouldn't go away. I remember one night he woke me up out of my sleep just by how hot his skin was. I remember praying over him every hour, just waking up around the clock, giving him Tylenol, giving him cold Gatorade, cold water. And thankfully we have such a great community. We had people praying over us, and we felt really covered. And I was so thankful that God brought him out of it, and that we're both healthy now. I feel like I saw God move a lot in a lot of different ways during COVID and all the different waves. I mean, you really got this mindset of we're all we have. And that's not just nurses, that's ancillary staff, that's imaging, that's physicians, that's techs, because if we don't have each other, we're not gonna survive this. And so I felt like everyone did a really good job of being there for each other. And there are a lot of patients who had their faith and kept their faith. And I know that as a believer, it touched my heart, and I'm very positive that it touched people who don't know the Lord. Just seeing someone who's so sick but has so much faith that God will deliver them through this. There's so many ways that I can say how God moved with my life as far as being able to pray for patients and patients praying for me. I mean, they were so humbling, and to say, thank you. That was just a simple thing that went a long way. And even just the fact that they said they were praying for us felt really huge and felt really important on this battlefield.